Okay, I'm back today, and there's two things I want to go over. I want to go ahead and do my daily. I'm gonna go ahead and do my shuffle and everything while I'm sitting here. But I'm kind of excited. Actually, I'm really excited. Um, I done a reading back on the 8th of this month. On I got a baby that's due, and what I actually said was that the baby was going to be due on the 29th. And the reason I said that is because when they first told us we first found out we were going to have a baby, they told us he was due in October. So the first thing I did was go and look up the day of the full moon. The day of the full moon was the 29th. So I'd consciously I set that in my mind. And this is another thing about doing readings for yourself. You know, that conscious filter, things that you want or don't want to happen. You seem to be it's easier doing it for somebody else and telling them if bad things are going to happen or good things and stuff, which is always excellent and stuff like that. It's easier for that than it is to do it for yourself. So anyway, I had already consciously set it in my mind that the baby was going to be due on the 29th, which was full moon. And on the 8th, I went ahead and shuffled. I used my Druidcraft deck, this deck right here. I'm going to use this for my daily. And I pulled a card. I hadn't set this deck for timing, which I do have a timing method that I like to use. It's been really accurate for me, but this is a really great way of telling, looking about using your intuition, and always looking at the card, looking at the card, looking at the card, looking at what do you see, what's jumping out. So anyway, the card that I got was the Three of Cups from the Druidcraft deck. I'm trying to get it clearly in the camera here. And what stood out to me was this big shield in the back, and the first thing that popped in my mind, because I'd already set it in my mind that, hey, it's going to be the 29th on the full moon. So what do I think? The full moon. But what kept jumping at me, if I can get it in the camera here, there's three apples right here on the table. And I kept getting those three apples, three apples. I'm like, what are those three apples? What do they mean? You know, I couldn't get that. And this guy's hand kind of stood out a little bit to me. But those three apples and that shield, and I said, well, that's the full moon. That's a full moon right there, and that's going to be the 29th. But I pulled another card later, and it was this card right here. This is the Knight of Swords from the Druidcraft. This was, a confirmation, and I couldn't quite get it. I was thinking, okay, well, maybe there's a trip, obviously, that I was thinking, because of celebration. I was thinking, okay, well, he's going to be born because my mother and my aunt's supposed to be down here, so and that would be the three of us at the celebration. So that's what I was thinking. Um, that they would be here because I think they're going to stay till maybe the 30th or the 1st. They're not exactly sure. But then last night I decided, as I was talking on the page, that I was going to go ahead and do meditation. So I done a deep theta meditation, and about 10 minutes into it, I usually do a theta and then I'll do an alpha state, each one for about a half hour each. Um, that didn't happen. Last night I came up out of it. I came back in the living room and I was all excited. I said, it's going to be the 27th. And, the number 27 has followed me. If a lot of you have this, it's done this to me since I was a child. The number 27 has followed me around my entire life. From apartment numbers, from my social security number, all the twos and sevens and 7 2s, but the number 27, I get, like I said, it's always followed me with everything I've ever done in my life. So anyway, especially the number 7. Anyway, um, that kind of hit me, and then this card started hitting me. The moon. The moon is representative of the mother, not just the full moon, and the three apples. And I kept seeing the moon during this meditation and got mother. And then the three apples. I seen three apples, and the three apples. Then it was like they're from the same tree. And I seen a tree, and then the tree, I heard family tree. Oh wow. Family tree celebration. This card is a celebration card, but it's also, this is a reunion card. They're going to be traveling down here. It's probably about a 4 or 5 hour drive to get, about 5 hours to get down here. Boom, a reunion. And it hit me. He's going to be born the 27th. Because see, the missing, what was coming to me is I'd also seen with this card, I had seen the horse, the white horse came to mind. And travel. My mother happens to drive a white minivan. Okay, so there you go. It's travel. Now it'd be different if it was this was like, and this, it's actually the Prince of Swords. But if it was like the Wands, because Wands is going to be a very very long distance, and or international, such as overseas and so forth. But this is definitely, it can be travel of a shorter distance, 4 or 5 hours. That's not too bad, so that makes sense to me. But then it was like there was a puzzle, like was seeing a puzzle, and there was a piece that was, goes and sticks into the puzzle, the last piece, and I felt like this is the missing piece. And the missing piece seemed to be, I did not know when they were coming down. They couldn't make up their minds. They were going to take a week vacation, then they were going to take a few days, and then they were going to take um, they were going to come down tonight, which is Friday, and then they were going to come down Saturday. They couldn't quite make up their mind. And then earlier this week, I'd talked to my mom, and she was saying, yeah, well, we think it's going to be Saturday. Then I talked to my aunt yesterday, and she said, yeah, definitely, it's going to be Saturday. Saturday, the 27th, the reunion. The white minivan, the apples, the tree, the puzzle, the missing piece of the puzzle of why I wasn't grasping this. And I kept saying, I kept feeling for the past few weeks that the 29th, it wasn't right. I felt intuition kept saying, it's not right, it's not right, it's not right, it's going to be before then, but I couldn't grasp what it was. That was the missing piece that I was looking for. So I'm going to say the 27th. If honestly, if it comes out and it's wrong, I'm going to be completely, totally surprised. I mean, it could happen today, but with this card showing up, I'm saying the 27th. You get a sure feeling. So, big thing right there. Listen to your intuition, especially reading for yourself. Listen to that intuition and make sure you're not consciously filtering everything, because of the simple fact of it is harder to read for ourselves, because we don't want things to happen, or we want things to happen, and then so forth. And I had consciously set this in my mind. The first thing I did was look it up, and I said, oh, full moon, we're going to have us a Halloween baby, you know and that's the way it's going to be. And this is because I wanted it so bad, I think. And because a lot of times a mother will have a child on a full moon. So I'm saying the 27th. And that that's my final answer. No questions, no doubt about it. I'm going to go ahead and do my daily reading here. I know this video is going to be a little longer because of that, but I'm really excited about it. After all that hit me, I was like, woohoo, I got it. And then Michelle looked at me last night and said, why didn't you think of the 27th? How could you not think of that? Because it's always been, she knows that's always been a number that's followed me too. So anyway, let me do a daily reading. See what these cards have to say to me. And I have a hard time shuffling this deck because it's really large. I'm going to leave it right there. This is just how I do it. I cut twice and then pick back up. It's different for everybody. I was actually watching a video yesterday about somebody picking up or doing the readings and saying you have to shuffle this way, and there's people who told me you have to shuffle this amount of times, and blah 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 and all that. No, the tarot is very very personal. It's something that Everybody is different. It's what's good for you and comfortable for you. That's what's important. Okay, first of all, wow. Oh, this is not pretty. I've got, okay, these are facing me. I've got the Ten of Pentacles, and it is reversed. Not a good deal. Not a good deal at all. I'm not liking that. This actually makes me nervous. Um, Three of Swords, central card, Three of Swords, and the Seven of Cups, and it is also reversed. So, and the first thing, normally I don't read as my reverse as delays, but a word that pops to me immediately: reversal, reversal, reversal. There's delays, 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 some kind of hold up, some kind of hold back. Number wise, I got a 10, and I got a 3, there's 13, and 7, there's a 20. Okay, break it down as a 2. Number 2s are about, uh, um, well, one, the High Priestess. So there's a strong need right there to listen to your intuition, but it's a lot about balance. Everything is about balance and about communication. There has to be communication between two people that go on when a two comes up, and normally I always find this is two particular people, and more of a personal deal because this is a lower number, and the number two is um, on, like I said, on a more personal level. The higher numbers you get, such as you get an 8 or something, this is more of an outer world deal. Um, so this is a personal relationship deal, and so forth. But the whole thing is about trying to maintain balance. And also with that High Priestess coming in saying intuition, you definitely need to pay attention to your intuition, yeah, meditations and so forth when this when this number comes up. A big thing. Uh, like I said, I always get twos with that, but the two is a number. Actually, it's associated with Cancer, and you know that deals also, again, it deals with mother. So I'm trying to get. I'm starting to get this Three of Swords. Some is coming to me in the three dots here, and I think of them swords and I think of pain. So I'm trying to see that there's this thing of what this is looking like to me. But a big thing with the number two is there seems to be kind of a shyness when it comes to. But like I said, there's a duality and the relationship between two objects, ideals, or people. So it's also a fork in a road, so to speak, which direction that you need to go. And again, there's these forces that have to balance out. Um, I need to reconcile. You think of, say, the Two of Pentacles, where he's trying to balance. There's always some kind of conflict. There's a seesaw, things going back and forth. The creativity comes about more with the three when it comes out. Anyway, Ten of Pentacles, not a good sign. Not a good sign at all right here, because this is definitely a completion, a family card, and so forth. And I think there's going to be an issue with that. And being Pentacles, there seems to be an issue. We have been having with my weekly reading some issues with some financial institutions this week. I mean, it's just been it's been a real pain and dealing with it. We had to go to the bank yesterday, actually, and try to take care of some stuff. But this is going to say, with me, with this Ten of Pentacles reversed, is there is some conflict and some issues within the family, and this makes this can make sense to me, and I really have this thing that's going on with me personally that I think will have, it's going to happen. It's been on my mind with a specific family member. um, so that's something I'll definitely have to deal with there. But this is some kind of family problems. Also, there's a financial loss. Well, actually, today, financial loss, as far as me myself. I lost $2,000 in forex market. So there you go on that one. But a big thing was, it's no big deal. It's an investment I made for like $100 a few months ago, and a bill all the way up to about 6,000. And last night it took a hit, and there was 2,000 lost. But that's I'm not worried because it's way ahead. Um, but there's going to be some kind of this is over or is dealing with quarrels and arguments and so forth. There's some kind of disapproval with family members and instabilities with family members and with finances when this comes up. Um, there's a feeling of a threat to your security when this card comes up, which we are dealing with that right now. Um, it's saying it's not a time to take a financial risk. So, for me to cut back on investments. So, that's a big thing, which I have already done. Okay, the central card here is the Three of Swords. Everybody knows the Three of Swords is definitely a heartbreak card, and it's feeling that pain. And I keep getting this image and saying, what is this image right here um, trying to say to me? Now, there's trees, or is a solid tree, but to me, I'm kind of getting a two there. Two trees on the outside of this right here, and something about it may be a fist that I'm seeing. I'm not getting this. I'm just trying to go over what's trying to come to my mind over this. But definitely, this is the heartbreak card right here. It's it's a bleeding heart. There's a necessary need to cut something out of your life when this shows up, and there's like again heartbreak, um, difficulties in some kind of relationship that you're going to have to deal with. There's something to mourn or cry about usually when this come up. There's a very depressing, but also get a lot of sharp pain when this comes up, and this well could be Michelle dealing with sharp pain, especially with the baby coming up. I mean, that's difficult for me to handle. I've been feeling it myself also. Actually, around my heart area in my back, I've got back issues, so that can be pointing to that too. Definitely. I woke up this morning about, I don't know, 6 o'clock or so, and went back to bed. But I'm getting, because Michelle's actually having pain also, um, and it's lower back pain, so the baby's definitely, he's going to be coming soon. But again, there's a lot of stress when this card comes up. This whole thing's saying there's a lot of stress today that I'm going to have to deal with. So that right there is something that you definitely need. I definitely need to pay close attention to, especially with it being the central card. Okay, the Seven of Cups. This card has come up with me several times this week, and this was reversed, and it's come up reversed several times with different decks for me, actually over the past week or so. And this is a whole lot about sticking with the situation. This is a looking actually. I'm confused. Seven of Cups, and I'm sitting here right here saying it came up. It hasn't. The Eight of Cups have come up, but the Seven of Cups reversed. This is a looking at reality. Okay, the reality of a situation. Where you've had decisions and choices about multiple different things in its upright position. When it's reversed, it's saying that you've basically come down to a final decision. You have picked something, and what's standing out to me is the cup that's sitting right beside him right here, and his robe seems to have. I'll show that. The thought I had with what's coming out of the cup there is almost like blood. So that is sticking with a difficult situation, you know, some kind of emotional situation that you're sticking with when this card comes up for the day. Um, when it's upright, it's kind of like the fog; it lifts up, and there's also about a persistence. If you keep persisting when this card is comes up reversed, something that you've been working on. Okay, I thought my camera would start recording, but something it's telling you to persist and keep going, in some kind of a difficult situation. Um, but it's again, seeing things more realistic. And of course, a lot of the pain that Michelle's going to be going through, that's difficult. Very, especially with me, I'm super sensitive, and I pick up a lot of her pain. A lot of times I'll pick up when she's having pains and stuff like that. And so I get to feel it too. But I'll definitely not be feeling as bad as she is. So anyway, that's going to be my reading for the day because I've ran this too long. Have a great day, and I'll be back later.